Do you want to know how to get the lowest interest rate when buying a home? Well, watch this short video to find out. Hi, I'm Blake Davenport with the Davenport Group. I'm a local realtor here in the DC metro area, here to share with you short and simple real estate tips. Today we're going to be talking about how to get the lowest interest rate, which I think is super important when buying a home, because this is really where you can save a lot of money. And this is where we really saved a lot of people a lot of money. So just to start, what is an interest rate? Well, when you're getting a loan, the lender or bank is not going to give you the money for free. It comes with interest. Interest is basically the cost of lending the money. So each month when you make your monthly payment paying back the loan, you have to pay it back with interest. So the smaller the interest rate, the smaller your monthly payment's going to be. The larger the interest rate, the more money you're going to have to pay each month, and the more money you're going to have to pay overall when you pay back the loan. So if you can reduce your interest rate, you can really save a lot of money. So here's how you can get the lowest interest rate. So you may have heard people say, oh, you should shop for the lowest interest rate. You should talk to as many lenders as possible. That is correct. That's what I'm going to basically explain. But there's a very strategic way upon doing it that can save you the most amount of money, and I can guarantee that you get the lowest interest rate. So here's what you need to do. So you don't need to shop for the lowest interest rate right when you start looking for houses you get pre-approved, because you're just somebody looking. It's important that once you get ratified, or you get a contract, basically the buyer and the seller come to an agreement, that's when you want to shop for the lowest rate, because to every lender, after you get a ratified contract, you are a paycheck. You're going to be closing in 30, 45, 14 days. So they're going to fight harder. They're going to go back to their manager, and it will guarantee that you get the lowest rate. So here's what's going to happen. So once you get a ratified contract, I connect you with 4 or 5 different local lenders in the area via email. I'll shoot an email saying, hi, so-and-so just ratified a contract on 123 Banana Street for $500,000. They're looking to get a 30-year fixed conventional loan. They were thinking about putting 10% down. Assuming that their credit is excellent, please provide us with your best rate and any financial incentive towards closing. They'll go back to their manager and they'll give you a rate. The rates will vary depending upon the lender, because they may have certain products that you qualify for versus another bank or institution doesn't have that loan product. So again, that's another reason why you want to talk to as many people as possible. They may reach out to you. They may ask some questions. Please respond to those questions so they can have the most information to get you the best rate possible. What they're going to do is, if they're really, depending upon the month or the time of the month, they're going to go back to their manager if they really want to win it and give you the lowest rate possible. And typically you can get people about 0.25% less than what they were initially offered. So after people come back to you, you respond, you say thank you for the information. All we're looking for is they're going to give us a rate sheet, or basically they're going to say what the interest rate is, they're going to say what their loan costs are, and then they're going to give all like the closing costs. You don't really need to look at the closing costs. You really only need to look at the loan costs, because that's the only thing that they control. They don't control the survey or the title cost or the prepaids. The only cost that they really control is the underwriting fee, the appraisal, and that will be factored into the APR, which we have another video on, and I'm not going to dive deep into. But really, all you need to focus on is the loan costs, and I will go over these rate sheets with you. But once you get all of the sheets, you'll take the lowest rate, and you'll go back to the person or lender who pre-approved you and say, hi, so-and-so, we were offered this rate, can you match it? And then we give them the opportunity to match it. I always say whoever pre-approved you, they did a little bit more work, so you want to make sure that at least they have a chance to match it. They're either going to come back and they're going to say, yes, we can match it. All right, let's start the loan application. And we'll have another video on that. But if they can't, then you say, I'm sorry, this could be the difference of maybe $25 a month, $50 a month. And you're going to go back to that person who offered you the lower rate, and you're going to start the loan process. So that's really what you want to do to get the lowest rate. Typically, you can get about 0.25% less. I have had even people get less than that. For instance, someone was getting 3.25%. Another lender offered them 3%. They go back to the original lender and they said, we can do 3%, or can you do 3%? And they said, yes, we'll match it. The person who offered the 3% initially said, I really want to win this business. They got 2.875%. the lender who pre-approved them couldn't match it, so they ended up switching for 2.875%. I think it saved them about $50 a month, which is huge. It adds up. So it's not all about just getting the lowest sales price, this or that. I think the mortgage is one of the areas where you can save so much money. So I highly, highly recommend shopping the rate. So just to recap, once you get a ratified contract, that's when I'm going to connect you with local lenders. It's very important that you do it after ratification because that will guarantee that you get the lowest rate. I would talk to at least 3 or 4 different lenders because they have different loan products. And it's very important that you shop the rate with lenders that can meet the specifications in the contract. If you had a very aggressive contract and you said, I need to close in 14 days, well, you need to make sure that the lender that you're shopping with can close in 14 days. So that's just a recap on how to get the lowest interest rate when buying a home. If you like this video, click the like icon or give a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to answer your questions if you have any questions about this topic. Also, click the subscribe button or the bell icon to be notified, of our next videos that we release. But thanks again for checking out this real estate tip on how to get the lowest interest rate. Bye-bye.